All right, here's another question I gotta ask myself. Do comics get along with each other?
Really? You know damn well we don't all get along now. There's a whole bunch of comics you don't have beef with.
That's true. True that.
Exactly. Wow. Okay. Let's be real about it. No, we don't. Comics is cool. We don't. It's no. I mean, do we get along? Yes. And sometimes it's work purposes. But do comics call each other every day to see how? I'm one of the few comics who call another comic to see how he's just doing. A lot of comics don't really give a damn how you're doing unless you give them some money or give them some work. That's just real talk. You don't give a damn. In Hollywood, it's never how you doing, it's what you doing, so you can help me out and shit. But you know how we roll, man. No, a lot of us comics don't, man. I would say that we cool with each other, but hanging with each other, yeah. When you say get along, yeah, we get along. Like, I don't have a problem. A couple comics I had a problem with, but I squashed it. I felt like, you know what? Why am I still beefing with these people, man? That was younger days, you know what I'm saying? We know how it was. We was more rowdy. Now it's a whole different situation. I don't even feel like bothering myself with some bullshit if I don't have to. If a comic don't like me, as long as you don't approach me about it, then that's all cool. All that internet shit, talking shit about each other, that's kind of lame from where I come from. If you got a problem with somebody, you know how we roll. You know where we come up from. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, hey, if you got a problem with me, holler at me, man. Don't do that internet shit. If you don't get on the internet, then it is what it is. It ain't but internet beef and just talking shit.
Okay.
So.
Who we had problem with? Yeah, we had a problem with a couple people. Damn well we did. I'm trying to think who we really had a problem with. Oh, I know somebody. Yeah, I know somebody. Mr. Steve Harvey. Yeah.
Hey, you said it. You said it.
Back in 2010, we worked for him on his radio show. We had guest spotted, for his radio show. And I like Steve. Steve was a good dude. He put me down at a club called Vuku Rays he had in Dallas. And then he put me in his other comedy club when he had a comedy club when Erykah Badu worked there, so I appreciate that. So when he called me I had wrote that book we wrote, my 100 Homies and Phonies of Hollywood. Boom. And so we got the book right here for those who don't see it. Now I wrote this book right here. Boom. Yes, sir. He was in the book, and he called me to talk about it on his show. So I came, and it was pretty funny when I came and sat with him, and the rest of the whole crew, Shirley Strawberry and all of them. And nephew Tommy and all that. And he was like, man, could you come and stay for the rest of the show? Could you stay for the rest of the show? I stayed for the rest of the show. I was like, cool. Then he said, look, if you ever available, because he had an office in Atlanta, I want you to come through and guest spot when we need you. I said, man, brother, I appreciate it, man. I loved it. So whenever I would come, I'd come really prepared with jokes and so forth. I'd ask him, lead me into this joke or so forth. And he was cool with it and stuff. And so I sat in when a couple people couldn't make it, how we did. So I was killing. He had a manager named Rushion McDonald at the time. And Rushion was a bit of work, for those who know Rushion. Kind of very military, real sternish. And he liked me. And so he brought me back a couple of times. And every spotted date. So we kept coming back. And I remember one time because he owned his station, Premium or whatever it was, a radio station, he owned half of it, Premiere, I can't remember the name of it. And he said, look, I'm trying to go against Michael Bazin during the daytime. Remember, he wanted Michael Bazin during the time. He said, would you interested in being a daytime host? I said, hell yeah, shit. Because I think he offered to Cedric, but Cedric wanted to be a movie star. He said he didn't want to really do that stuff. Then he offered to Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy was busy or whatever. I said, I'll take it, So we didn't really the conversation didn't go further than that. Then he started asking me, would you want to go on the road and open up for me? I said, hell yeah. He said, I got a date for you. And Rashawn actually said that. He said, I got a date for you in Alabama. It was in Birmingham, Alabama. And this was the time when I thought that he had changed his life. He's talking about, he had that special where God saved me or whatever it was. He did a big special about changing his life and so forth, not cursing really. And so that's the last thing I saw. And so I go down there with them, with his whole crew. I drive myself down. He goes down in the bus, with his crew. And it was cool, big, beautiful chateau we stayed in. We didn't stay in a regular hotel, something beautiful. You remember that? You was excited about being there. I was kind of amped up too.
True.
So we down there, and I decided to wear something totally different. I had like a shiny suit because I didn't want to wear anything he had. I respect Steve Harvey so much that I was like, I don't want to tread on none of his jokes. I didn't want to look like him. If I wear a black suit, he had a black suit on. I didn't want to do none of that. I took out all the topical humor I had because he might talk about topical stuff. I took out the curse words, took out the sex jokes. Now, he didn't ask me. Him and Rushion never asked me to do it, but I felt out of respect for him, I would do it. So I go up there and I'm supposed to do 30 minutes or 25 minutes. And I really had never cultivated that act that I was cutting out all the stuff from. So, I'm used to doing my act a certain way. I did my thing, but I was going into jokes that I knew it was going to be some sexual stuff, so I'm trying to stop it, I cut it down, and my next joke I'm working on, I'm like, oh shit, this is a curse word, let me stop it. So that was all jumbled up. I wound up doing like 14, 15 minutes out of a 25-minute set. I was like, oh
wow.
my God, my mind was blank, I froze. I never really freeze, because I normally just do my act, but out of respect for Steve, like I said, we cut all the stuff out of our act, to make sure we ain't gonna try to, bump into anything Steve talked about. And as I was walking off stage, Rushion walked past me because he was emceeing. He does comedy too. He was like, "What the hell you do, nigga? What the fuck did you just do?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Shit." I get off stage, and he clowned me a little bit, which is okay. Then he brings Steve Harvey up. He said that, I go in the back. I see Steve Harvey behind the curtain, circling around, getting his stuff on. We had nothing to light on, like on. He had a blue shining suit, sparkles and shit all on it and stuff like that. He calls Steve up. Steve goes on, does his thing. But when Rushion comes off stage, I said, "Man, I apologize, brother. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for for doing that, man. Damn." He said, "Don't worry." I said, "In fact, keep the money. Don't even give me my money. A couple grand too." And I was like, "No, just keep it, man. I'm cool." And so Rushion was like, "Nah, man, you can have the money. You can have the money." I said, "Oh man, all right, man." So So I sell books at the end of my show. Thanks for the people who buy my books. Like I said, books I buy. Bam, I sell some of the books at the end of my show. And I went downstairs and I had my suit on. I had one of these tight suits on, like one of the Temptations. You know how we do sometimes. We ain't always rocking up like we got on right there with the leather. Sometimes it was like this. And I had ripped my pants a little bit. I said, fuck. So I didn't want to go upstairs with my ripped pants, so I changed back into my regular clothes. I had a little rip. I was like, I go upstairs and I'm trying to sell my books at the, as the people leaving out. And his bodyguard, big dude, came to me and said, "Yo, man, what's up with you? What you wearing?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, you got to keep your suit on all night long. You wear what you wear all night long. I was like, "Damn, dude, my bad. Shit, I ripped my suit." He said, so I let it go. I was like, okay, I know that's a big deal. Steve, he kind of wants everybody to look a certain way, I guess. So it was what it was. And I sell my books, and they were in a van, what do you call it? One of the big buses. Remember the big bus we saw? And I had my car. I drove my car because I didn't want to be up in the bus with him and all his crew and shit. Be like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" So I wasn't being standoffish. I didn't want to step over my boundaries. I appreciate that he put me on. So I was like, man, shit, let me drive my car. So I drove my car back home, and they didn't call me no more for the guest host. They stopped calling us. You know how it was. Like, what the hell? So I even emailed Rushion. "I apologize, dude. That's not how I normally go out. I'm sorry I didn't do 25 minutes. I only did 15 minutes. My bad. It's just brain fog. Just was what it was. I apologize." And he was like, "Oh, no problem." Well, I don't know if he answered my email, to be honest with you. So I was like, all right, cool. I thought we were cool. They had called me like every other week to do their show at this time. I did like 6 weeks with them, 6 different weeks. And every week I would come there, Monica, their producer, was like, "Man, you're getting a lot of emails, people liking what you're doing." I was like, "Oh shit." And I enjoyed myself on the show with him. I really did. And I was like, "Oh, cool, man. I just really appreciate, the opportunity." But then when I did that, it was cut cold turkey. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like, I didn't like that, because Steve always cries and talks about the struggle and shit, and knows how to come up and shit. Well, now I'm a comic trying to come up too and shit, and do the best I can. And now you have an opportunity, and all of a sudden you don't fuck with me no more because I made a mistake. I'm like, come on, nigga, who does that, man? But, that's what Steve did, his crew did. And so I was like, damn. If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.